Okay, so in this video I'm going to cover the transition between the levels that I've talked about in the last ones. So just as a recap, in the last few videos, I talked about how this mass hall is laid out with different entrances, here, here, and over there, and then the same on the other side. So it has 6 entry points, all on 3 floors. And some of the floors can go to shower blocks or the evidence room, and there's always one exit that takes you to progress onwards. So this is side A, for example, this mass hall here. And you go through this staircase, and that brings you out into exactly the same mass hall again, but this one's side B. It looks a little bit more evil, etc. And then all of these entrances before that, lost focus, sorry, that were open are now blocked off, and ones that were blocked off are now open, etc, etc. So these sort of move up and down as a result. Then that'll lead to the shower block. And I can use this to make crazy architecture happen and all sorts. But the problem with this is that these levels contain a lot of actors. Like I moved one thing and now have 2,500 actors that need lighting building on again. So it's not very efficient. So if you were to zoom out and look at this entire thing, let's say in unlit mode, you'll be able to see that the levels are pretty huge, and even when I'm just looking around, it's slowing down my machine. So, not perfect at all. What happens when you get through side B and you get to here, which I call the tomb area? Okay, these are the cells that you start off with, and it's normally blocked off here. Now this tomb area, instead of there being a wall, you get this crazy repetitive staircase, and you end up down here like 50 levels below the surface. And I put in a little sliver of light here, which I'll go into lit mode so you can see a bit better. This ominous light that you can go towards, and that will load in the level again. So I'll just show that working now and how you navigate through the level itself. Okay, so this is us in our cell. I apologise for the screen brightness and the sort of reflection on the screen. There's not much I can do about that. But anyway, we're here in our very dark cell. It is just as dark for me as it is for you looking at it. So we'll pick up our lantern, and I'll lead the way a little bit, and I'll just show you a quick video going through the level. Just from start to finish. I'm not going to divert or explore or anything like that. So you can skip this if you want, or put it on ×2 speed, whatever you want to do. I might run sometimes, just if there's a boring stretch. Okay, here we are in mass hall 2, so you noticed we left on the 3rd floor and it's brought us back out on the 2nd on the other side. Seemingly enough. Just jump down here. And these are the cells that you'll recognise. So I'll go back up. This looks like where we started. But the cell doors are closed, obviously. So I'm just going to run towards the end. Here we have this crazy, well, it looks like an exit. So we'll go through here. And boom, we're back in our cell again. Exactly the same again. And this is how the dream world is going to work. So, yeah, we're back inside A. So that's how that's going to function as a game mechanic. Now, like I said earlier, the way this is laid out is there's these main halls here, and then different entrances coming off them, like here and here. I'll move these around and put them on different ones. You might even have a mass hall like this that attaches to another mass hall and just causes more confusion. And the more times you find that light and go on to the next level, the more surreal and ridiculous or impossible some of the architecture will become. So that's basically it. It's a nice 6-minute update. I'll tell you what, I'll show you a quick blueprint of how that works while I'm here. I'll try and keep this under 9 minutes. So it's another 2 minutes if that's okay. So these are the tomb areas. It's a real simple script, okay? All I've got is a collider here. If I find this in my content browser, here. It's an actor called load level. And it's just got a blueprint script in that box collision that it's got there. On component begin overlap. Create splash widget. The class is splash white here. Add that to the viewport. Have a delay of 3 seconds so we can see the white screen for 3 seconds, and then load in the level called Prison 2. At the moment, the level I start in is actually called Prison 2. So it obviously just loads me back at the place start, which is at the cells. And this itself here, this actor, is just a box collision. It's nothing special. And that's it. So when anything collides with that, well, when I collide with that, it just loads us back at the place start, which is all the way over here. What I would do is just copy and paste this level and make Prison 3, and then declare that as the load in. The real difficulty I had was getting that fade in from white to the cell. I'll show you that now. It kind of fades from a flash into darkness there. All I did was, well, the reason why I did that is because it went straight from white to black cell, and it didn't look very good. So all I've got for that is I've got this actor, which is just a point light, and I've got begin play and event tick. Event tick just counts every frame, and I've said move this light on the Y axis a certain amount of different distance every frame. So basically it moves from here, which is inside the cell, to outside the cell, and then just keeps going. But I say if you've been alive for 1.5 seconds, I want you to destroy yourself. And then all that's left to do is set the speed. So all I do is, speed is obviously just time over distance. Got the one variable called min. Set that to 10. And then add them both together. So every frame it goes 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, etc. until it's been alive for 1.5 seconds, and then it destroys itself. So we could even say print that variable so that I can see what the value is in my log, and that will happen every time we start the level. So look at the top left, 20, 20, 20, so it moved 20 and moved 20 and then it moved 20 and then it died. So it got 60 units across before it died. So that's pretty much it. That is that's how I've loaded in the levels and how I'm going to structure them. And the reason I had to do that is because it takes a hell of a lot of data trying to have this another 7 times. And you know, it's a lot more simple to manage. Cool, that's it. Oh, and one last thing, I'm going to put this together in blocks like this. So the staircase, for example, is all just one actor. So I can modify this in a Lego kind of way. Alright, that's exactly 10 minutes, I'll stop talking.